with Draymond Green though, this is another one that's been going around. He didn't get offered a max. They didn't offer to extend him on the max contract.
What a surprise.
Am I the only one that's like weirded out by that?
No, yeah, I don't. I appreciate Draymond. First got into the NBA and I was like, oh, how shit's this guy? But I have realized over time how valuable he is. But you cannot sign a guy that's averaging 7 points a game to a max contract. You just can't do it.
I don't know. I don't know. He does more than 7
Especially when you
points
have to
though.
re-sign Poole and Wiggins.
He averages 8.5 assists per game. His defense is insane. Like, did he not finish top 5 in defensive player of the year this year? His defense is not only cracked. He's also didn't he make the All-Star team as well?
Yeah, I think he might have.
Yeah. So you're gonna tell me that an All-Star isn't worth a max contract?
I think he could be worth a max to somebody else, but I don't think he's like I would if I had to choose between keeping Draymond over Wiggins or Poole, I'd pick Draymond, but not over both of them. And Wiggins especially is really valuable. I think he was really good, especially while Draymond was struggling. He was really good defensively and providing a second scoring option. So
that's facts. But in saying that though, they did let Jesus Christ, why have I forgotten his name? Gary Payton. They let Gary Payton go because if they extended all these guys to like, let's just say they did the 9 million for Gary Payton, they did the 6 million or so for Otto Porter Jr., right? Could have been like 7 million. And a couple of the other players that did their contracts, this and that, right? They're looking at like $16 million to $20 million right there. And that's straight up. Like now that they've let all those players go, they've let their young core come back in and all that type of stuff. I feel like that should give them at least some flexibility to somewhat be able to still re-sign Jordan Poole to the big contract that they want him to, and also keep Andrew Wiggins. Because the fact of the matter is Andrew Wiggins is worth a max, right? He's worth a max. And people think, oh, a max contract, that's just the same as what he's on right now. The max contract has heavily changed. Like, yeah, the max contract is not 30 million a year anymore. I'm pretty sure it's 36 or 37. Like, it drastically went up.
Pay when he was on 18 mil, and now it looks like a steal.
Yep. And now he'll go on to that. He'll go on to that big $35 million probably per year contract. Jordan Poole will probably go on like a 28 million or so, which I still think is quite outrageous. I don't know if Jordan Poole is still worth that. It is what it is. But then
I'm not a Jordan Poole fan.
Neither am I. Nah. But Draymond Green is still a way better player than what Jordan Poole is. Way better player. And I'm still, if Jordan Poole's getting 25 to 28 million, whatever those rumors were, screw that, bro. Just give Draymond 30 million a year. That's what I think. Like, if it's going to be one of those maxes where it's 37 million a year, then maybe it's, but if we're talking about the old-timey max where it's like 31 million a year, that Kevin Love contract, remember from a couple years back, then I'm doing that if I'm the Warriors. I think that's legit. Like, I just feel like you can't let him leave. And the Warriors were they were a 10 times better team when Draymond was playing. And when Draymond was injured, those 10 or so games, whatever it was, they struggled at times. But I'm saying you can't let him leave.